How to love yourself more than anyone else. 168. That's how many times most of us unlock our phones every single day, scrolling, refreshing, waiting for tiny red hearts or thumbs up that whisper, "You matter," for now. But here's the problem. The second the screen goes black, the echo comes back louder. Still not enough. We chase approval like oxygen, but it never lasts. It's like drinking salt water. The more you swallow, the thirstier you get. So, let's do something radical. Today, we're stealing a page from the same playbook that kept Emperor Marcus Aurelius steady while the Roman Empire cracked and sputtered around him. A system built not on ego, but on discipline, calm, and self-respect. By the end of this session, you'll walk away with a handful of Stoic habits, practical, repeatable, no fluff, that will make you the one person whose approval you never have to beg for again. If you've ever felt drained by chasing likes, exhausted from saying yes when your soul wanted to scream no, or beaten down by that harsh inner voice in your head, this episode is for you. Because here's the truth. Once you stop abandoning yourself, you'll stop accepting less than you deserve from everyone else. Section 1. The uncomfortable truth. Let's strip this down to the core. The endless chase for approval, likes, compliments, promotions, even the nod from your parents isn't really about connection. It's about dopamine. Every "you did great" or "I'm proud of you" is a chemical spark in your brain. It feels incredible for a few minutes, then it fades. And what happens next? You start looking for the next spark. It's like drinking salt water when you're thirsty. The more you gulp, the drier you get. The smile fades, the silence grows, and your brain whispers, "Still not enough." Most advice tells you, just stop caring what people think. But let's be honest, that's about as helpful as telling a coffee addict to just stop sipping. It doesn't work because you're still wired for craving. The Stoics knew this 2,000 years ago. Seneca wrote, "He who seeks approval has already surrendered." What he meant is simple. The moment you tie your self-worth to someone else's mood or opinion, you hand them the keys to your peace. So here's the reset. We don't quit cold turkey. We replace the habit. We build a stronger habit, one that fills you from the inside, not the outside. And that's what this journey is about. We're going to walk through 4 powerful Stoic habits, tiny, daily drills that break the cycle of chasing and rebuild a foundation where you are the first and final judge of your worth. Because when you approve of you, the rest is optional. Section 2. The Stoic Reset. Imagine your mind as a walled city. Inside the walls, your choices, your values, your actions. Outside the walls, the chaos, praise, insults, trends, strangers' opinions. Here's the mistake most of us make. We throw open the gates every morning and let everything rush in. One negative comment, one ignored text, and suddenly the whole city is on fire. The Stoics had a word for your inner steering wheel, prohairesis. It means the power of choice, the one thing no one can take from you. Epictetus said, "You may chain my leg, but not even Zeus can conquer my will." So, how do we protect the city? By shutting the gate, by pulling up the drawbridge, by choosing what comes in. The Stoic reset is 4 daily reps. 1. Perception. Notice what story you're telling yourself. 2. Desire. Ask if what you're chasing is really yours to chase. 3. Action. Do the next right thing, no matter how small. 4. Assent. Decide which thoughts get to stay and which get escorted out. It's not a one-time thing. It's daily weightlifting for the soul. The more reps you do, the stronger your walls become, and the less chaos leaks in. Think about it. When the walls are strong, the city thrives. When your boundaries are strong, you thrive. Section 3. Step 1. Name your job description. Marcus Aurelius used to wake up before sunrise, pull on his boots, and remind himself, "Today, I have to go to work as a human being." Notice what he didn't say. He didn't say, "as a perfect emperor." He didn't say, "as the guy who wins everyone's approval." He didn't even say, "as the one who never makes mistakes." His job description was simple. Be human, choose wisely, act with integrity. Now here's the trap most of us fall into. We let the world write our job description for us. Be the flawless employee. Be the Instagram highlight reel. Be everything to everyone. And when we inevitably fall short, the inner critic throws a party. So here's the exercise. Each morning, before the noise begins, write one sentence that starts with this phrase. Today, my only job is... Keep it under 12 words. Something simple, something real. Today, my only job is to stay calm in traffic. Today, my only job is to speak kindly once when I don't feel like it. Today, my only job is to finish the report with honesty. That single sentence is your shield. It's the boundary no one else can redraw. By the end of the day, when you look back, the question isn't, did I impress everyone? The question is, did I do the job I set for myself? And if the answer is yes, you win. No applause required. Section 4. Step 2. Keep the tiniest promise. Seneca once said that breaking a promise to yourself is the most dangerous betrayal, because if you can't trust you, who else is left to rely on? Here's the problem. Most of us do it before breakfast. We hit snooze after swearing we'd wake up early. We scroll for 20 minutes after saying, just 5. We skip the stretch, the glass of water, the walk we promised yesterday. Every broken promise is a tiny crack in the foundation of self-trust. And cracks spread fast. So instead of aiming for grand vows you can't keep, start embarrassingly small. Pick one promise so tiny it feels almost silly. Something you can do no matter what. When the kettle whistles, I'll drink one full glass of water. Before I open Instagram, I'll write one sentence in my notebook. After brushing my teeth, I'll do 5 wall push-ups. That's it. Nothing epic, nothing headline-worthy. Just one little vote for the person you want to become. Do it 10 days in a row, and something shifts. Your brain stops whispering, "We'll try." It starts saying, "We follow through." Confidence doesn't arrive like lightning. It's a running tally proof, stacked on proof, that you keep your own word. And when you keep promises to yourself, the outside world feels a lot less powerful, because the one person you can never escape has finally become trustworthy. You. Section 5. Step 3. Run the triage question. Here's a truth most of us ignore. Not everything dropped in your lap is yours to carry, but we pick it up anyway. Every guilt trip, every demand, every sigh from someone who wants to offload their storm into your weather. The Stoics had a filter for this. A single question: is this mine to carry? Try it. Your friend wants a 2-hour vent session about a person you've never met. Is this yours? No. You can listen with compassion, but their storm is not your sky. Your boss hints that you should apologize for a mistake you didn't make. Is this yours? Only if your integrity agrees. Your sibling thinks you should live your life their way. Is this yours? Never was. The triage question is not cold. It's not heartless. It's a helmet. Without it, you're bleeding energy on battles that don't belong to you. With it, you learn the difference between supporting someone and being consumed by them. So the next time a burden comes knocking, whisper, "Is this mine?" If yes, lift it with both hands. If no, set it gently back down. Self-love isn't just bubble baths and affirmations. It's refusing to rent out your peace to problems that aren't your responsibility. Section 6. Step 4. Cross-examine the inner critic. 0. 5. You know the voice. The one that whispers at 2 a.m. You're not enough. You never were. You'll never be. Most people fight with that voice, trying to shout it down. But here's the Stoic twist. Don't wrestle it. Invite it in for tea. Marcus Aurelius had a line for this. You're just an impression, not the thing itself. In other words, thoughts aren't facts, they're visitors. Some stay polite. Some kick their shoes off and insult the furniture, but none of them own the house. Here's the drill. When the critic shows up, put it on trial. 1. Ask for 3 pieces of evidence for its claim. 2. Then demand 3 pieces against. Example. The critic says, "You always bomb presentations." Evidence 4. Maybe you froze once in college. Maybe you forgot a line last year. Maybe your hands shook last week. Evidence against? You nailed the team update yesterday. Your friend once said you explain things better than anyone they know. And hey, you're still invited to present again, aren't you? 9 times out of 10, the case collapses right there. And the 10th time, you convert the insult into a to-do list. You're terrible at speaking becomes rehearse aloud twice tomorrow. The criticism dies, and a clear instruction lives. The critic loses its sting when you treat it like a bad lawyer with no case. That's how self-love sharpens, not by pretending the voice isn't there, but by proving, over and over, that it lies more than it tells the truth. Section 7, Step 5, Schedule solitude on purpose. Here's a hard truth. If you can't sit quietly with yourself, you'll always chase noise. Noise from friends, noise from strangers, noise from the endless scroll of other people's lives. Seneca said it best. He is most free who, even when alone, is safe from himself. Translation: if you can't stand your own company, you'll always be a prisoner searching for validation just to escape the silence. So, make solitude your practice. Block 30 minutes a day. No phone, no TV. Just a notebook, a chair, and you. Ask yourself 2 questions. 1. What am I pretending not to see? 2. What would I do today if I were brave? Write the answers, even if they scare you. Especially if they scare you, because in that space, you stop asking, do they like me? And start asking, am I proud of how I spent these last 24 hours? At first, solitude feels awkward, like meeting a stranger, but over time, that stranger becomes an ally. You'll discover that you don't need constant approval or background noise to feel whole. When you can sit in a quiet room and actually enjoy your own presence, you've taken one of the most powerful steps toward loving yourself more than anyone else ever could. Section 8. Step 6. Practice surgical gratitude. Most people treat gratitude like a laundry list. 15 items scribbled down, rushed, and forgotten. That's not gratitude, that's homework. The Stoics approached it differently. They practiced gratitude like a scalpel, sharp, precise, and deliberate. Tonight, try this. Pick one thing you handled well today. Just one. Maybe you kept your cool in traffic. Maybe you spoke up in a meeting. Maybe you finally folded the laundry instead of letting it haunt the couch for another week. Write it down and write why it mattered. Then, pick one hassle from today, an obstacle, an annoyance, a frustration. Write how it trained you. Did the long line teach patience? Did the rejection teach resilience? Did the mistake teach humility? That's it. 1 + 1. Sharp, clean, done. Over time, this isn't just about being thankful. It's about wiring your brain to see 2 truths at once. You are capable. You are resilient. That dual awareness becomes a shield against the inner critic and a magnet for confidence. Gratitude stops being a fluffy exercise. It becomes a survival tool. Every night you sharpen this blade, You're carving the proof that you are stronger than your worst day and better than your doubts. Section 9. Step 7. Apologize to yourself like a Stoic. We're quick to apologize to others, but when was the last time you apologized to yourself? Think about it. Every broken promise, every time you swore you'd start the habit tomorrow and didn't, every moment you let the critic drive, that's betrayal. And the one betrayed is you. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that the best apology is changed behavior, not self-loathing, not endless guilt trips. Action. Here's the Stoic formula. 3 simple sentences. 1. I did X. State the fact, not the drama. 2. X caused Y. Acknowledge the impact on your health, your time, your peace. 3. From now on, I choose Z. Set the correction, however small. For example, I skipped the workout. Skipping left me sluggish. Tomorrow, I'll walk for 15 minutes before breakfast. This mon is the first stroll, the drost in the signed. No excuses, no groveling, just a clean reset. Do this, and mistakes stop being life sentences. They become software updates. A bug is spotted, patched, and the system runs smoother the next day. That's how you break the guilt loop. You stop rerunning the same old film and start writing the next scene. Section 10. Step 8. Pick your 4-person board. Even Marcus Aurelius, arguably the most powerful man in the world, didn't do life alone. In his meditations, he listed teachers, mentors, and friends who shaped his character. Stoicism is not about lone wolf cosplay. It's about choosing the right pack. Here's the challenge. Build your personal 4-person board of directors. 1. Someone who challenges you. This is the friend who calls you out when you're playing small or making excuses. They don't flatter, they sharpen. 2. Someone who comforts you. The voice that reminds you to rest, eat, and breathe. We all need a soft place to land. 3. Someone who teaches you. Could be a mentor, a coach, or even an author who sits on your shelf. Their wisdom pulls you forward. 4. Someone who needs you. A sibling, a mentee, a colleague who looks up to you. Their reliance on you reminds you of your value and keeps you accountable. Cycle through them weekly, send a text, make a call, share a meal. These 4 voices carry more weight than 1,000 comments from strangers because each relationship is chosen, not algorithm-fed. Confidence isn't built in isolation. It grows faster in trusted soil. So, ask yourself, who sits on your board right now, and who needs an invitation or an eviction? 0. 5. Section 11. The final exam. Here's the test that strips everything down to bedrock. Take away the followers, the job title, the relationship status, the resume lines. What's left? Your choices, your values, the way you spent your attention today. That's the core self, and it's the only part that's truly yours. If that stripped-down version of you still feels like someone worth living a lifetime with, congratulations, you've passed. If it doesn't, that's not a failure. It's a signal, a chance to loop back to step 1, rewrite your job description, and start stacking small wins until the reflection looking back at you finally says, I trust this person. The world can't take away your scoreboard if you refuse to hand them the chalk. Section 12. The gentle push. If you're tired of living like a tenant in your own mind, this is your invitation. Stop renting out your self-worth to likes, comments, bosses, or anyone else who can change their mood overnight. Self-love isn't about bubble baths and scented candles. It's about reclaiming ownership of the only real estate that matters, the space between your ears and the choices that flow from it. So here's the gentle push. Hit subscribe, not just for me, but for yourself. Each week I drop one Stoic drill, 5 minutes max. No cost except the outdated story you're finally ready to replace. Your approval will no longer be something you chase. It will be something you embody. Section 13. Closing thought. You weren't born to audition for acceptance. You weren't placed here to bend yourself into shapes that fit someone else's mold. You were built to reason, to choose, and to act. That's what makes you fully human. Every tiny promise you keep to yourself, every boundary you defend without apology, every quiet moment you spend in honest solitude, these are the bricks. Bricks in the only fortress that can't be stormed, your character. So start today. One brick, then tomorrow, another. Do this long enough, and you'll notice something. The drawbridge of your life no longer looks like an emergency exit. It's a calm, open front door to a life you're proud to come home to. And when that day arrives, you won't just love yourself more than anyone else. You'll finally understand that the approval you kept searching for out there was waiting for you, in here, all along.